Hey guys, welcome to the video for today. So before we get started, I just ask you before I basically give your opinion on it, just give me a chance, okay? I'm not asking for a lot, I'm just asking for a chance. That's why you're here if you're a new viewer, or if you're a returning viewer and you just haven't subscribed yet. I just ask you just give me a chance, give me a week to prove that I can try and do the best that I can to my ability. Like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever you're gonna do. Let your friends know what's going on here. But anyways, let's get right on to the video. Welcome to me, this is TurDuckEn, and welcome back to the Week in Review. Thanksgiving week has come and gone in the NFL. Week 12. Can't even believe we're 12 weeks in. 6 more weeks to go. So let's just get ourselves started with the first of 3 Thanksgiving Day games between the Lions and the Bills. The Bills playing in Detroit for the second straight week, but this time as the away team. Yeah, we already discussed what happened last week. For the Bills, Josh Allen went 24 for 42, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. He also ran 10 times for 78 yards for a touchdown. For receiving, Isaiah McKenzie caught it 6 times for 96 yards and a touchdown. For the Lions, Jared Goff went 23 for 37, 240 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jamal Williams ran 18 times for 66 yards and a touchdown. And for receiving, Amon-Ra St. Brown proved why he is really damn good. 9 receptions for 122 yards and a touchdown. Lions came close, but they just fell short, falling to the Bills. Their score 28-25 to kick off the Thanksgiving Day festivities. Next, Thanksgiving Day number 2, we got the Giants taking on the Cowboys in an NFC East matchup. Well, I guess better enemies got to come together at some point. I was actually kind of going to happen this week. I think it happened this week. For the Giants, Daniel Jones went 21 for 35, 228 yards and a touchdown. Saquon Barkley carried it 11 times for 39 yards and a touchdown. And for receiving, Darius Slayton caught it only 3 times for 64 yards. The Cowboys look more impressive, though. Dak Prescott going 21 for 30, 261 yards, and 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. Zeke Elliott ran 16 times for 92 yards and a touchdown. And for receiving, Mr. CD's Nut Slam caught it 6 times for 106 yards. Cowboys escape with the win 20-20. They are now second in the NFC East, dethroning the New York Giants. Impressive. And moving on to the final Thanksgiving Day game, Thursday Night Football between the New England Patriots and the Minnesota Vikings. As a Pats fan, let me just go ahead and just say this game was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Seriously, I did not expect the Patriots to be moving the ball the way they did, but it worked out. It worked out. For the Pats, Mac Jones went 20 for 39 to 382 yards and 2 touchdowns. Goddamn. Marcus Stevenson carried it 7 times for 36 yards. And for receiving, Devontae Parker caught it 4 times for 80 yards. For the Vikings, Justin Jefferson. Actually, let me talk about Justin Jefferson first. He only had 1 pass, which was caught for 11 yards. But I meant to say Kirk Cousins, but they're going to get Justin Jefferson out of the way, But for the actual starter, Kirk Cousins went 30 for 37, 299 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Dalvin Cook carried it 22 times for 42 yards. And for receiving, Justin Jefferson again proves why he's one of the best receivers in the game. 9 catches for 139 yards and a touchdown. Patriots kept it close, but they fell short to the Vikings. 33-26 is your final from Minneapolis. Oh boy, I'm not confident in that team's schedule for next week. I'm not. Moving on, we got a shit show game between the Broncos and the Panthers. I don't want to talk about this game because this game was utter dog shit. For the Broncos, Chef Russ went 19 for 35, 142 yards and a touchdown. Latavius Murray carried it 13 times on the ground for 92 yards. And receiving, Cortland Sutton caught it 6 times for 75 yards. And somehow Russell Wilson got outplayed by fucking Sam Darnold as they transitioned over to the Panthers. Darnold went 11 for 19, 164 yards, and a touchdown. Dante Foreman carried it 24 times for 113 yards. Damn. And for receiving, DJ Moore caught it 4 times for 103 yards and a touchdown, which on paper that looks really damn good. Panthers somehow win this game, 23-10. Broncos, what the fuck is wrong with you? How do you lose to the Panthers of all teams? Moving on, speaking of how the fuck do you lose to this team, we got the Buccaneers taking on the Browns. And the epitome of how the fuck do you lose to this team is put into full view with this game. Seriously, Brady, how do you lose to the goddamn Browns? Speaking of Brady, as we move on to the Bucs, Brady went 29 for 43, 246 yards and 2 touchdowns. Julio Jones carried it once for 15 yards. And for receiving, Chris Godwin caught it 12 times for 110 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, rushing was a really strong suit in this game. For the Browns, Jacoby Brissett went 23 for 37, 210 yards, a touchdown, and a pick in his final start. Why do I say his final start? Couldn't it be because Deshaun Watson's coming back next week against the Texans? Surely, right? For rushing, Nicholas Chubby carried it 26 times on the ground for 116 yards and a touchdown. And for receiving, Amari Cooper caught it 7 times for 94 yards. Browns find a way to win somehow. They win 23-17 in overtime, defeating the Bucs. The NFC South is below 500 again. Everyone laughs, and nobody feels bad. Speaking of everybody laughs, what's left in Baltimore as they take on the Jaguars? Really? All I'm going to say is, what the fuck was that mascot wearing? I don't even want to picture it in my head, but what the fuck? For the Ravens, Lamar Jackson went 16 for 32, 254 yards and a touchdown. Lamar Jackson also ran 14 times for 89 yards. And for receiving, Josh Oliver, new name on this list, caught it 4 times for 76 yards and a touchdown. Alright, bit of casual stuff. For the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence went 29 for 37, 321 yards, and 3 touchdowns. JaMycal Hasty, another new name on this list, carried it 12 times for 28 yards, and for receiving, Zay Jones caught it 11 times for 145 yards. How do you beat Baltimore? In Baltimore, how do you lose to Jacksonville? How? Justin Tucker knew he nailed a 67-yarder, but you couldn't get it. God damn it. And this is why we never trust anybody in the NFL. Speaking of teams that we never trust in the NFL, let's go on down to South Beach as we see the Texans take it on the Dolphins in one of the most predictable games of the year. To no one's shock, the outcome happened. For the Texans, Kyle Allen went 26 for 39, 215 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Now, I ain't going to try my best to pronounce this name because I have never seen this name before. Dare Ogunbowale carried it 4 times for 14 yards and a touchdown. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. For receiving, Jordan Atkins caught it 5 times for 61 yards and a touchdown. Pathetic. To the Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa went 22 for 36, 299 yards and a touchdown. For whatever reason, Skylar Thompson decided to get a little bit of a rep in. 1 for 5 for 6 yards. That's really it. For rushing, it was Jeff Wilson, 13 carries for 39 yards and a touchdown. And for receiving, Tyreek Hill caught it 6 times for 85 yards and a touchdown. Waddle caught it 5 times, but managed to get the same amount of yardage, so take with that with what you will. Dolphins predictably win this game 30-15. No one feels bad. Moving on, we got a battle of the backups between the Bears and the Jets. Somehow, this worked out for the Jets. because the fucker of moms was sidelined or rather benched, so that way he could go fuck some more moms. For the Bears, Trevor Simeon went 14 for 25, 179 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. David Montgomery carried it 14 times for 79 yards. And for receiving, Chase Claypool caught it twice for 51 yards. Woof. For the Jets, Mike motherfucking White is back. 22 for 28, 315 yards and 3 touchdowns. Hallelujah, Mike motherfucking White. For rushing, bam, night. I don't know why I did it like that. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I did it like that. Carried it 14 times for 69. Nice yards. And for receiving, Garrett Wilson caught it 5 times for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hey, Garrett Wilson did good. Jets win 31-10. Again, no one feels bad for Chicago. Seriously, no one feels bad for him. Moving on, we had actually pretty close, but kind of a weird matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Tennessee Titans. And I actually like this game, not because of the score, but because of both teams actually doing their damn best to try to win. Not gonna lie, it was a tough game to predict. I'll give it that. For the Bengals, Joey Burrow went 22 for 37, 270 yards and a touchdown. Samaje Perine carried it 17 times for 58 yards and a touchdown. And for receiving, T. Higgins, man. Gotta love T. Higgins. 7 catches for 114 yards and a touchdown. Oh, man, he's good. For the Titans, Ryan Tannehill went 22 for 34, 291 yards. Derrick Henry carried it 17 times for 38 yards, 17-38. And for receiving, Derrick Henry also caught it 3 times for 79 yards. Bengals escaped this one with a win. Close game as it may be, but hey, a win is a win, and you gotta take it with what you do. So hey, pretty good. Moving on, we got the Falcons taking on the Commanders. For reasons other than scheduling purposes? I got nothing. For the Falcons, Marcus Mariota went 15 for 25, 174 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Tyler Algier carried it 11 times for 54 yards. Receiving, Olamide Zaccheaus caught it 5 times for 91 yards. For the Commanders, Taylor Heineke went 14 for 23, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Brian Robinson, man, I love this freaking kid. 18 carries for 105 yards. Dude, he is a freaking beast. Especially at one point where he basically trucked through everybody to get that touchdown. Seriously, that dude is a beast. And for receiving, Terry McLaurin caught it 4 times for 48 yards. Yeah, Commanders escaped with the win. 19-13 over the Falcons. And the NFC stuff is a joke. And every single team in the NFC East is in a goddamn playoff spot. Yes, I am serious. Just as serious as I am about this weird-ass game between the Chargers and the Cardinals. Kind of a free win in the sense for Los Angeles here, but I mean, you are facing the Cardinals, who have some semblance of a good team, but yet really don't, because Kyle Murray is in full Call of Duty mode. For the Chargers, Justin Herbert went 35 for 47, 274 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Justin Herbert also carried it 4 times for 38 yards. And for receiving, DeAndre Carter caught it 7 times for 73 yards and a touchdown. God, I cannot talk. For the Cardinals, Kyle Murray went 18 for 29, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. James Conner carried it 25 times for 120 yards. And for receiving, DeAndre Hopkins caught it 4 times for 87 yards and a touchdown, proving he can still be serviceable when you need him to be. Didn't matter, though. Chargers win 25-24. My God, my kitties are so freaking hyper right now. It's not even funny. Moving on, we got the Raiders taking on the Seahawks in a what the fuck moment because nobody expected the outcome of this game to be what it was. For the Raiders, Derek Carr went 25 for 36, 295 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Josh Jacobs had a whole shit game. Basically, he's like, hey, Raiders, do you remember when you said you want to pick up my 5th year? Well, fuck you. I'm going to have the game of my life, and then I'm going to leave and make a shit ton of money in the fucking off season. He carried it 33 times for 229 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging 6.9 nice yards per carry. Holy fuck. And that included an 80-something yarder to win the game in overtime. Yes, really. For receiving, Devontae Adams caught it 7 times for 74 yards. Also important to note, Jacobs here, 6 catches for 74 yards as well. Impressive. For the Seahawks, Geno Smith went 27-37, 328 yards. Oh, goddamn, the 28-3 references. Goddamn, those 28-3 references. 2 touchdowns and an interception. Don't mind the background noise. My cats are climbing the tree. Kenneth Walker carried it 14 times for 26 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yikes. And for receiving, DK Metcalf caught it 11 times for 90 yards. Seahawks, what the fuck? How do you lose to the goddamn Raiders? 40-34 in overtime. Something needs to change. Something needs to change really quickly, because if that continues, Seattle, you might be in trouble. Moving on, we got the Rams taking on the Chiefs. The Rams are cooked. Their Super Bowl hangover lasted way too long, and they could not get anything going. It also doesn't help when Cooper Kupp's out with injury. Just saying, guys. And now with Aaron Donald injured, yeah, just consider the season over at that point. Oh wait, you don't have your 1st-round pick? I wonder where that went. Certainly couldn't have gone to, I don't know, a certain team in Detroit. Just saying. For the Rams, oh wait, Matt Stafford didn't even start today. It was Bryce Perkins. 13 for 23, 100 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. For whatever reason, Riley Dixon got a rep in, 1 for 1 for 6 yards. For rushing, Bryce Perkins led with 9 carries for 44 yards. For receiving, Van Jefferson caught it only 3 times for 29 yards. Yikes. Yikes. For the Chiefs, Patty Mahomes went 27 for 42, 320 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Patrick Mahomes also ran 4 times for 36 yards. For receiving, Travis Kelce caught it 4 times for 57 yards and a touchdown. God, Travis Kelce's so good. For 26-10, the Chiefs win this game, to no one's surprise. And moving on, we got the Saints to get on the San Francisco 49ers. And this game sucked. This game lacked everything that you could ever fucking want in a game. Seriously, this game lacked everything. Yeah. For the Saints, Andy Dalton went 18 for 29, 204 yards. Andy Dalton also ran 4 times for 21 yards. For receiving, Chris Olave caught it 5 times for 62 yards. Yeah, that team looked dead. For the Niners, Jimmy G went 26 for 37, 222 yards and a touchdown. Elijah Mitchell carried it 7 times for 35 yards before going down with an MCL sprain, but actually might be a tear, and he's out for 6 to 8 weeks. Woof. So he might not be back till some point in the playoffs. At the best. Probably the divisional round. Yikes. And for receiving, Brandon Ayuk caught it 5 times for 65 yards. It was enough. 13-0. Niners win this ugly-ass game. Jesus Christ. And moving on to Sunday Night Football, we got the Packers taking on the Eagles. And now I think it's safe to say that the Packers are cooked. Now they're cooked. Yeah. So for Aaron Rodgers, we'll start there. 11 for 16, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Aaron Rodgers inevitably left the game with a rib injury. And in comes Jordan Love. 6 for 9. Nice. 113 yards in a touchdown. He knew he matched Rodgers' yardage stats, and he got about half the touchdown stats in half the passes. What the fuck? I mean, he did good. I'm not gonna deny him that. He did really good. So with that, AJ Dillon ran 8 times for 64 yards and a touchdown. And for receiving, Aaron Jones caught it 3 times for 56 yards and a touchdown. I've seen worse. For the Eagles, Jalen Hurts went 16 for 28, 154 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hurts is also a goddamn good running back. 17 carries for 157 yards. But if we're going non-quarterback status, it's Miles Sanders for 21 carries, 143 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jesus Christ. For receiving, Devontae Smith caught it 4 times for 50 yards. Eagles nearly blew this game, but they're lucky they didn't. 40-33. Eagles win it, and they are 10-1. The first team to reach 10 wins this season. Woof. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to Monday Night Football. Steelers, Colts, in just a game that I thought was a shit show, but turns out is not. It was actually a pretty entertaining game. For the Steelers, Kenny Pickett went 20 for 28, 174 yards, and that's all. Benny Snell actually had a nice little game. 12 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown. And for receiving, George Pickens caught it Bryce for 57 yards. Then the Colts, Matt Ryan went 22 for 34, 199 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Jonathan Taylor went on the ground 20 times for 86 yards and a touchdown. And for receiving, Jelani Woods caught it 8 times for 98 yards. Oh boy, if only the Colts knew how to fucking manage game clock. 24-17, Steelers win. Yinzers everywhere will shake their feathers and say that the Steelers are in fact going to the Super Bowl. When, let's be honest, folks, are they really? Or are they just telling themselves that so that every single doubter in the known universe can shut the fuck up? We'll find out. But that'll do it for the weekly review this week. Hope you guys did enjoy. And if you did, leave a like, comment down below if you guys want to see me next. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe and join the Illogical Nation. Stay tuned for the start of the Illogical Canadian Christmas Charity Drive. Starting this Thursday, it'll start the QB Huddle Session video. And I plan on doing a Thursday Night Football stream to formally kick it off. But until next time, je suis le Léger Canadien, bonne nuit, et au revoir.